When watching this review, keep in mind that this review was made while online mode was still in development, and I do acknowledge that GTA 5 would be nowhere near as good if it wasn't for its online mode. Grand Theft Auto 4 has become a definitive game for players to connect through its online mode, so just keep in mind that this review is purely critiquing the offline portion of the game. If I have the time in the future, I might just make another video reviewing the online mode separately, and then I'll make my final decision on the game. Anyway, for the time being, enjoy the review. Some people like 3D platformers, some people like sports games, some people like MMORPGs, but I've never met a single person who doesn't like free roaming games. There's always just something about exploring a vast open city that never gets old. That kind of adventure really sums up video games for me. But out of all the open world games out there, the undisputed king of them all is Grand Theft Auto. Or at least that's what most people like to say. Driving around in a stolen car, running over people and lampposts, and having a total disregard for the law. If it weren't for GTA, I don't think running around in a vast open city doing whatever you want would be nearly as popular in gaming as it is today. But what do I think of GTA personally? I was one of those kids that only ever got to play GTA when sleeping at a friend's house, as the closest my parents ever came to buying me GTA was The Simpsons Hit and Run, which I remember being good. I don't know, I guess it's just that kind of series that you really have to grow up with. I did eventually buy Vice City at a charity shop and GTA 4 during the Steam summer sale, but for whatever reason I could just never get into them. But who knows, maybe with GTA 5 I'll finally see what it is that I'm missing that everyone goes so crazy for. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into GTA 5. Oh, by the way, before I get into this, I just want to say, Rockstar actually gave me a review copy of this game for free, so thanks a lot, Rockstar. Anyway, let's get into the review. The story of GTA 5 centres around Franklin, Michael and Trevor, who through a series of strange events find themselves connected in this large overarching story that concerns all three of them. Michael is brought out of retirement for this thing going on, and Franklin has a thing with the guy, and this guy who uses the N-word like he has a severe case of Tourette's, and this guy is a crazy drunk who has a thing. I'm pretty sure that's how it's phrased on Wikipedia. In all seriousness though, the way these three stories intertwine into one is pretty awesome, and I really don't want to ruin it. The way you can swap and change characters is a pretty awesome feature too, even if it does take a little while to load. It's kind of weird actually that Fuse did that idea first. I never thought I'd be saying that out loud. Each character comes with their own side missions too, where you can interact with certain acquaintances or just people in the area. But I'm Philly, what am I talking about? Nobody cares about the story, it's GTA! Okay, maybe a lot of people care about the story, but for me it's all about the free roaming. Going for a drive, stealing planes, running around in the middle of nowhere, biking down mountains. It really is a lot of fun. Personally, my favourite thing to do is to get at least 2 wanted stars, and then try to evade the police. Entirely in cinematic mode. You have no idea where you, the police, or any other drivers are. It never gets old. Driving around San Andreas is not only fun, but unbelievably good looking. And to summarise my thoughts on the graphics, I'm just gonna go ahead and play a clip from a past review. If the PS3 can handle graphics like this, do we really need a PS4? I don't feel like we do. Graphics really do not need to be any better than this. If you play this game and complain about the graphics, your expectations are just set way too ridiculously high. I mean, there are a few graphical hiccups here and there are times when the level doesn't quite load quickly enough, but who the hell am I to complain? When you really come to terms with the fact that if you can see it, you can explore it, it really makes San Andreas feel like a real place. But it isn't until you hijack a plane and fly around when you really notice the scope of the game. It's crazy big, like almost too big. I remember I was flying over the city and I noticed a mountain, thinking, oh, what's over that mountain? I thought I'd already explored the entire map, but over that mountain was like a whole nother city. Being able to play a game that's both big and good looking shows that there are some exceptions to the quality over quantity rule. But despite everything I've said, what are my thoughts on GTA 5? I mean, it's fun, yeah, but apart from the updated graphics, there isn't really anything that sets this apart from GTA 4, at least not for me. The new additions are cool, being able to swim underwater and fly around and change characters is pretty awesome, but they're all just little features that overall don't make it stand out from the free roaming crowd that much. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game by any means, I just think this is a case of it isn't really for me. The story gets pretty old fast, there's only so many times you can hijack a vehicle, punch a guy, shoot a police officer. Let me put it this way, going for realism in games is cool, but I will always prefer games that escape from reality as opposed to trying to emulate it. That's just the kind of gamer I am. The greatest thing going for GTA 5 is the graphics, which are absolutely incredible, but they only go so far. For me, at least. So just in case I haven't made myself clear enough, this is a great game. All of the problems I have with this game are purely personal preference. This is not a bad game by any means. This is probably the best sandbox, free roaming, open city world, whatever you call it, game since Grand Theft Auto 4. So chances are, if you liked Grand Theft Auto 4, you will without a doubt love this game. Just for whatever reason, I just couldn't get into it. I'm still willing to give it another chance, and I'll probably be free roaming around this game for years to come, especially with online mode. But, I don't know, I just can't find this game as fun as everyone else, apparently. And, yet again, this is becoming like a review tradition by this point. I don't know how to end the review, so I'm not going to end the review. I'm just going to stay here, staring at you. I'm not gonna blink. I blinked, damn it! Let's see. Blinking competition. Go back and see if you can blink before I do, or after I do. I don't know, just end the review already. Why am I still here?